Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, your average fan, and I'll be talking to you today about a show, Beacon 23, Episode 6. Let's get into it, shall we? Spoilers! Okay, this one, we going back, double back, because they don't give us a time frame on this one, but it's pretty clear it's towards the beginning of, it's at least, they start the story at least, I would say, 50, 60 years prior, maybe, to the current events in the show. And then there's this guy there that looks like he's doing maintenance and trying to keep him from getting blown up because apparently Beacon 24 got blew up by some terrorist group called the Column, who believe that the human expansion through the galaxy is taking us apart and we need to all come together. And that's why it's such a hard time having so many humans because people are not procreating and a whole bunch of other stuff. So they like trying to stop the beacons. The beacons, come to find out through Bart's story, he told him a story about the artifact and how he could get his hands on some because their whole belief system is based on these artifacts and relics, the column, that is. And it's about the first beacon keeper. Um, Her name was Aurora, and she was a pretty decent lady, I gotta say. She did a job until she started seeing the lights, and then she was the first person to track how to find the fucking things in the first place. So she was already on to something and going crazy, and then she ended up going out there getting herself killed. Just disappeared into the stuff. Like, don't know what happened to her. So Bart telling this dude this story while he tried to lay him from blowing up the whole entire beacon. And so he like, well, tell me where the stuff at. If they blew it up, no. If she got disappeared, where's anything about the relics in the first place? So he tell him another story about, I say at that point, maybe a couple of years before this man came on the beacon, and about some beacon keepers because they had decided to make it a couple thing, but they had to be sterile in order to be out there because no procreating and anything that was made on the beacon belonged to the ISA. Like crazy. So this couple was on there. They thought they were doing fine. Everything was cool. And then the guy saw the lights one day, but he thought he just dismissed it. But at the same time, the girl ended up pregnant. So they, with Bart, decided to hide this baby that they know that the ISA gonna confiscate. Meanwhile, as it's growing up to about 5, 6 years old, this little girl was fine till she started seeing the lights and started communicating with the lights and stuff. And the father was too obsessed with it being some kind of new alien species or something because they had never ran into anything alien in all of their expansion throughout the galaxy. Nothing alien. So they was like, it's nothing out there. It's just not possible. Well, maybe not so much. I'll just say that. So the mother is concerned and she's trying to control this little girl who out of control. And I'm like, y'all have zero discipline or control over y'all child. Shame on y'all. It was ridiculous to see how they couldn't get control of this little girl. In the end, the father figured out that the things is trying to take her, and the mother was totally against it. So they decide he gonna get them off the thing, and so they get new identities, and the little girl's new name was Aster. So this is the story of how Aster had already knew Bart, had been on there. She just didn't remember him, didn't remember it all this time. Like that's crazy. And meanwhile, he telling the man the story about how they destroyed the artifact. Her mother sent drones at it and blew it up, and that's how it turned to rocks. And these are the rocks that everybody, other beekeeper, have been collecting. And I guess enough of them got collected to the point now where Aster and Halen are in time, and now they've been released, and now they looking just like this artifact thing that was swirling around about 30, 40 years ago, right outside the beacon. It's insane. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot. But he planted an idea in this dude's head after he didn't tricked him and had the government come pick him up and arrest him. Talking about an idea never dies. Well, yeah, I'm thinking this dude's gonna come back. He gonna end up being probably the head of the freaking column or something from jail or some crap like that. I feel like they spent a lot of time with this dude, Kier, because he's going to be back. Something tells me. We shall see. This was an interesting episode. I liked seeing how Asta had a connection to this place and everything that was going on with it, and the things had been communicating with her, and she probably one of them anyway. Because how did this woman get pregnant if she was thorough? I don't know. And that's the baby she had, was Asta. What's the connection with Halen? And the necklace that she's been wearing with the symbol on it is what Bart gave her when she was a little girl. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a lot. I love this. This is fact. This is great. I will see you guys next time for another one. There's only 2 more episodes to go. 2 more. In the meantime, have a great day.